Please be seated. Good morning. Well, I should say good afternoon. Class of 2025, faculty, staff, family, and friends. Thank you so much for joining us today to celebrate and mark the beginning of the medical careers for the class of students seated in front of you. I'm Dr. Valerie Sheridan, Dean of the School of Osteopathic Medicine in Arizona at ATSU University. Welcome to the White Coat Ceremony. Joining me on stage are our distinguished guests. Please hold your applause until the entire list is named. Thank you. To my immediate right is Dr. Craig Phelps, President of ATSU, Dr. Norman Givitz, the Senior Vice President of Academic Affairs, Mr. Clinton Normore, ATSU's Vice President of Diversity and Inclusion, Dr. Rupal Vora, the Assistant Dean for Student Achievement, and Dr. Mark Cody, the Assistant Dean for Curricular Integration. To my immediate left is Dr. Chad Taylor, who will be administering the Osteopathic Pledge of Commitment. I'd also like to introduce the faculty cloakers for today's ceremony, seated in the first and second rows. Dr. Aaron Allgood, Dr. Mark Cody, Dr. Ryan Hubbard, Dr. Brianne Jacqua, Dr. Brittany Javed, Dr. Inder Makin, Dr. Tim Shibley, and Dr. Grace Stewart. Please join me in a round of applause. I also want to acknowledge the ATSU-SOMA faculty who are the cornerstone of our educational program. Will the faculty please rise and be acknowledged by the audience? Thank you. Very well deserved. Last but certainly not least, we all stand on the shoulders of our ever-supportive staff. Will the ATSU-SOMA staff present today please rise and be acknowledged by the audience? The lives you are going to touch as a medical student, as an intern and a resident, and an osteopathic physician, this day today will change you forever. I'd now like to invite our first-year OMIS 1 student, Lakeisha Malone, and Miss Brene Maddox to sing God Bless America. God bless America, land that I love. Stand beside her and guide her through the nights with the lights from above. From the mountains to the prairies, to the oceans, white with foam. God bless America, my home, sweet home. God bless America, land Thank you, ladies. That was beautiful. Welcome, ATSU-SOMA Class of 2025, to this important rite of passage into medicine. This day has been years in the making and represents the hard work and sacrifice you, your family, and your friends have made to get you to this point today. The Arnold P. Gold Foundation informs us the first white coat ceremony took place in 1993 at Columbia University College of Physicians and Surgeons at the urging of Dr. Arnold P. Gold, who was then Professor of Clinical Neurology and Professor of Clinical Pediatrics at Columbia University. Today, a white coat ceremony, or a similar rite of passage, takes place at a majority of osteopathic and allopathic medical schools across the United States and around other countries around the world. This ceremony and pledge of commitment serve as a rite of passage and are further commemorated by the lapel pins that you have each received from the Arnold P. Gold Foundation. They have generously provided all of these pins for our students for the ceremony. The pins contain an inscription about humanism in medicine and serve as a visual reminder to the students that in order to deliver the best care to their patients, compassion and empathy should be the hallmark of their clinical practice. ATSU-SOMA's purpose is to graduate excellent and compassionate osteopathic physicians to serve the healthcare needs of society through high-quality undergraduate and graduate medical education programs. At this time, we now have the pleasure of listening to Dr. Norman Givitz, ATSU's Senior Vice President for Academic Affairs. Please join me in welcoming Dr. Givitz.
All of you who receive your white coats today will join the 7th generation of osteopathic physicians. Each generation before you has had to face and overcome a challenge to this profession and movement's independent existence, and so will your generation. The first generation faced a challenge of innovation. Andrew Taylor Still, the founder of osteopathy, was schooled in a medical system that relied on bloodletting, arsenic, antimony, alcohol, morphine, and mercury, a system which more often killed than cured. To meet this challenge, he devised an alternative system which relied on palpatory diagnosis and manipulative treatment, and whose philosophy was rooted in the body having the ability to heal itself. The second generation faced the challenge of institutionalization. Organized medicine of Still's day opposed this new system and fought every effort to propagate it. Yet this generation of DOs established schools, clinics, state and national associations, licensure laws, and convinced MDs, much to their surprise, that osteopathy was no passing fad or fashion. The third generation faced the challenge of scope of practice. A.T. Still endorsed anesthetics, antiseptics, antidotes, and minor surgery, but he was opposed to vaccines, serums, and other drugs that had proven their benefit. For over 25 years, DOs struggled over the issue of what diagnostic and therapeutic tools they should teach and employ. Until finally, in 1929, the AOA permitted the schools to teach the broadest possible scope of practice. The fourth generation faced the challenge of standards. From 1935 to 1960, this profession's schools, unlike their MD counterparts, had to lift themselves up without government or philanthropic support to upgrade their admissions requirements, to improve their laboratory training, and widen their students' clinical experiences to gain equivalency with their MD counterparts. The fifth generation faced the challenge of equality. As DOs and MDs came closer together in their scope of practice and college standards, some DOs thought that an amalgamation of the two professions was desirable. And in California, there was a merger between the state medical and osteopathic societies, where DOs became MDs. The rest of the DO profession, however, vowed to remain independent, and in the process won each and every subsequent unlimited physician licensure battle, won complete federal recognition, including entry into the armed forces, obtained external federal and private institutional grants, and gained entrance to residency programs. And they collectively marched forward together as a unified group. The sixth generation, the one before your own, faced the challenge of expansion. After California, the profession sought to grow. There were just 5 DO granting colleges. This fall, there are 37 osteopathic medical schools and more than 30,000 students enrolled. Today, osteopathic medicine is the fastest growing segment of the physician population, and this year, 25% of all new United States medical school graduates will be DOs. So what is left for your profession, for your generation to accomplish? Have your predecessors done it all? Is there nothing left for you to do? In my opinion, your generation faces the biggest challenge of all, the challenge of distinctiveness. This school will help you become a highly qualified graduate, but it also has the capacity and the resources to do more, to make you a highly distinctive one, to give you additional training in osteopathic physical diagnosis and therapeutic tools, and a philosophy that, if you incorporate in your practice, will give you greater means to provide physical help and comfort to your patients, a distinctive approach towards healing which will mark you as special and a valued practitioner in the communities in which you serve. My take-home message to you is take advantage of this opportunity to be distinctive. Congratulations to each and every one of you.
Thank you, Dr. Givitz. I'd now like to introduce our virtual keynote speaker, Dr. Barbara Ross Lee. Dr. Barbara Ross Lee is the first African-American woman to serve as Dean of a United States medical school and the first osteopathic physician to become a Robert Wood Johnson Health Policy Fellow. Please join me in watching a further introduction and presentation by Dr. Barbara Ross Lee.
Hello, everyone. Greetings to the medical school class of 2025, to your families and friends, to your faculty and deans. You are starting medical school in the middle of a global pandemic, in an era when physicians have been cheered in the streets and cried together through incredibly difficult times. You have answered the call to care for fellow humans, and today we come together to recognize the core of healthcare in any era, in any pandemic. Our humanity and the connection physicians must make with patients. The White Coat ceremony was created in 1993 by the Gold Foundation to mark this moment in your journey, to emphasize from the very beginning that the best healthcare puts human interests, values, and dignity first. Today, you will recite an oath to patient care, to recognize your awesome responsibility to your fellow humans. You will pledge not only to navigate the complex metrics and diagnostic standards as best you can, but just as importantly, to be human, to leave your patients better off even when a cure is impossible. Because you listened, you cared, you were present with them with compassion. The white coat ceremony takes on even deeper meaning as our world continues to grapple with the COVID-19 pandemic and terrible and persistent racial inequalities. Your role as a physician will be meaningful within both realms. You will have a far-reaching impact on patients and their care and how we ensure as a society that healthcare is accessible and equitable for all people.
In this historic context, we are particularly honored to have Dr. Barbara Ross Lee present the 2021 White Coat Ceremony Keynote Address. Dr. Ross Lee spent nearly 40 years advancing the field of medicine with an intense focus on impelling the progress of women and minorities. As the oldest of 6 children, she became interested in medicine at the age of 10 when her mother became sick with tuberculosis. She graduated from Detroit's Wayne State University, served in the National Teachers Corps while earning her master's degree, and went on to graduate from Michigan State University's College of Osteopathic Medicine. In 1993, she was appointed Dean of the College of Osteopathic Medicine at Ohio University, becoming the first African-American woman to lead a medical school in America. She held that position until 2001, when she joined the New York Institute of Technology as Vice President for Health Sciences and Medical Affairs. Dr. Ross Lee also served there as Dean of both NYIT School of Allied Health and Life Sciences, now the School of Health Professions, and NYIT College of Osteopathic Medicine. In 2016, she led the creation of NYIT-COM at Arkansas State University. She has been a longtime advocate for underserved communities and an expert in national healthcare policy. She has been an advisor on both the federal and state levels on many timely and critical topics, including medical education, primary care, minority health, and women's health. She is a former board member of the American Association of Colleges of Osteopathic Medicine, ACOM, and currently she is the chair of ACOM's Racism and Injustice in Healthcare Education Work Group. In addition, she is the president-elect of the American Osteopathic Foundation. Dr. Ross Lee is an icon in medicine who brings her vast perspective and wisdom to you as part of your white coat ceremony. Congratulations to the class of 2025 on the start of your journey, your story. And please join me in welcoming Dr. Barbara Ross Lee.
Thank you for that kind introduction. The white coat ceremony is considered a rite of passage in medicine, and it is. I'm reminded of another rite of passage from a Bible verse, and I paraphrase. When I was a child, I spoke as a child. I understood as a child. I thought as a child. I reasoned as a child. But when I became an adult, I put away childish things. Today, you become a physician in training, a proverbial adult. The white coat is worn as a symbol of your journey into medicine. It represents your personal aspirations, your commitment to providing health and life services, your understanding of the importance of humanism and the care of other human beings, and your professional status in the hierarchy of medicine. The white coat ceremony itself is a recognition and acknowledgement that the practice of medicine is an art and a science. Your science education will include the biomedical sciences of the human body, clinical and procedural skills, the development of deductive reasoning and critical thinking, and competencies in interpersonal communication and cultural diversity, to name a few. Over the course of your education, you will have increasing practice responsibility for patient assessment and months of actual real people clinical interactions using the biomedical science knowledge that you will acquire. The art of medicine depends on the humanism of each individual physician. It can be defined in terms of caring, compassion, empathy, equity, inclusion, value, respect, and trustworthiness. The practice of medicine requires the application and expression of humanism to achieve the best health outcomes based on the science in every physician-patient interaction. The art is difficult to measure, but it's what the public rightfully expects of its physicians and what a healthy population without disparities requires. Each of you joins this new class of physicians in training with a lived experience of the importance of health care to humanity. Through no choice of your own, you have not only witnessed but been a participant in a once-in-a-century history-making occurrence in the form of a pandemic. In fact, the COVID pandemic, political chaos, and social injustice unrest has been a part of your lives even as you prepared for admission to medical school. You have witnessed the public health challenges in real time with over 500,000 American COVID deaths as a result, sadly, disproportionately people of color. You have observed the political chaos resulting from the outcome of the presidential election, and you have watched the social justice unrest as a result of visible and tragic examples of systemic and structural racism. You know the names. In your journey to become a physician, you will experience the previously invisible health vulnerable as the now visible human health consequences of social determinants that produce health vulnerabilities. You will learn to appreciate the important role that physicians assume as they deliver care in the breach between the invisible health vulnerable and the now visible health care needy. Look around you at your new colleagues in this class of 2025. They will also become your teachers as you learn from them to value and respect differences. Look closely. The diversity of perspectives in your class related to gender, age, race, ethnicity, religion, sex, rural or urban origin, differences in socioeconomic status, national origin, and more, creates a learning laboratory. Your class is a valuable resource to prepare yourselves to effectively engage the diversity of patients in your futures. As a physician in training, patients will kindly allow you to be involved in their care, and by doing so, become your most important clinical teachers. They should always be approached with gratitude for their unselfish contributions to your education. Finally, your medical school selected each and every one of you from many applicants because they are confident in your abilities and committed to your success. They stand ready to help and support you in your journey. Welcome to medicine, class of 2025.
At this time, will the faculty cloakers please come forward and take your positions on the stage? I would also like the class of 2025 to stand and approach the stage in preparation for the ceremony.
Can you hear it?
Samira Bufadel, San Diego, California.
Lana Abusamada, Orange County, California.
Tamana Aluwalia, San Jose, California.
Quincy Akaba, Ghana, and New Jersey.
Amir Aldos, Corona, California.
Christopher Apolito, Long Island, New York.
Victoria Arredondo, Oceanside, California.
Celestina Wokuleda, Nigeria and Chicago.
Mariah Bartolai, Scranton, Pennsylvania.
Noble Batson, Dallas, Texas.
Hendip Shara, Phoenix, Arizona. Reina Benitez, Fresno, California. Yanitza Berrios, Arcadia, California.
Samantha Bover, Gilbert, Arizona.
Christian Bonilla, León, Guanajuato, and Selma, California.
Ashley Bradley, Colleyville, Texas. Kate Brianes, Philippines, and Las Vegas. Stephanie Liban Kakal, Kalihi, Hawaii, and Nueva Ecija, Philippines.
Angelo Kalinga, San Ramon, California.
Destiny Cameron Thompson, New Orleans, Louisiana.
Michael Cow, San Diego, California. Andrew Cheng, Los Angeles, California.
Mohammed Shabib, Detroit, Michigan.
Kevin Trim, San Jose, California.
Dana Chen, San Jose, California. Dana Chen, San Jose, California.
Faba Cherian, Gilbert, Arizona.
Valerie Chang, Arcadia, California.
Shannon Cunningham, Arlington Heights, Illinois.
Kylie Dagyo, Honolulu, Hawaii.
Isabella Daniva, Bulgaria and Las Vegas, Nevada.
Gilbert Dang, Fontana, California. Josh Della Luna, Honolulu, Hawaii.
Desi Delaveri, Los Angeles, California.
Candy Leticia Delgado, Los Angeles, California.
Mariflor Delgado Rahim from Phoenix, Arizona.
Devin Downing, Temecula, California.
Sandy Atenaïs Duosier, Middletown, Connecticut, and Haiti.
Tatum Eddy, Waterford, Michigan. Riley Edmonds, Manhattan Beach, California.
Radhika Itpuganti from La Crescent, Minnesota.
Rowena Fang, Los Angeles, California.
Victoria Ferguson, Smithsburg, Maryland.
Daniel Fagan, St. Petersburg, Russia.
Adam Flores, Bristol, Connecticut.
Frederick Flores, Kenton, Ohio.
Ada Florescu, Omaha, Nebraska. Marina Fonseca, Loveland, Colorado.
Wesley Force, Eugene, Oregon.
Alejandro Fuentes, Cornelius, Oregon.
Yasmin Ganji, Escondido, California.
Lisbeth Gasca, Acapulco, Guerrero, and Fresno, California.
Fetish Fatima Angel Gaimi, beautiful Los Angeles, California.
Miriam Gerges, Miami, Florida. Christina Gligorova, Houston, Texas.
Riley Guarneri, Gilbert, Arizona.
Omar Guerrero, Port St. Lucie, Florida.
Ishan Gajral, Irvine, California.
Emma Hardina, Gilbert, Arizona.
Marisol Corona Hernandez, Pomona, California.
Lizzie Hillier, Phoenix, Arizona.
Sarah Hirschman, Key West, Florida.
Isabella Hobbs, Florence, Kentucky.
Riley Hoffman, Fort Collins, Colorado.
Quincy Howard, Sacramento, California.
Shirley Huang, San Francisco, California.
Cassie Hunter, Guilford, New Hampshire.
Huang Hannah Huynh, Seattle, Washington.
Jensen Huynh, Anaheim, California.
Nina Nguyen, Daly City, California. Rebecca Huang, Bonaparte, California.
Nafisa Ijaz, Elk Grove, California.
Muhammad Islam, Staten Island, New York.
Yamato Brian Iwai, Polk City, Florida.
Urvashi Iyer, Mumbai, India, and Fremont, California.
Tawfiq Nidal Jabir, Cleveland, and Nablus, Palestine.
Camille Elizabeth Torres Johansson, San Diego, California.
Jennifer John, Naperville, Illinois.
Lena Keikos, San Diego, California.
Jacob Kalin, Orlando, Florida.
Danny Kander, St. Louis, Missouri.
Sinkalp Kata, Sammamish, Washington.
Sabrina Katz, Haleiwa, Hawaii.
Rana Shahrukh Khan, Elmont, New York.
Zara Saber Khan, Detroit, Michigan.
Alexis King, San Antonio, Texas.
Susanna Kwok, Jeju Island, South Korea, and Bonaparte, California.
Adele Abba Baidu Lunian, Baltimore, Maryland.
Jay Lee, Egg Harbor Township, New Jersey.
Lingelbach, Fort Collins, Colorado.
Kin Liu, Tucson, Arizona.
Hey, Vanessa Mackey from Detroit, Michigan.
Mariela Magaña Ceballos, Michoacán, Mexico, Coachella, California.
Melissa Mallory, Santa Fe, New Mexico.
LaQuisha Malone from Pocahontas, Mississippi.
Joanna Paula Reyes Manansala, Malabon, Philippines, and Los Angeles, California.
Felicia Marino, Cincinnati, Ohio.
Adam Martirana, Monrovia, California.
Michael McGinnis, Hollister, California.
Kyle McNeilis, Columbus, Ohio.
Lupita Medrano, East Oakland, California.
Brina Miller, Indianapolis, Indiana.
Lacey Miller, Yuma, Arizona.
Sarah Miller, Twin Falls, Idaho.
Tatiana Menifee, Milwaukee, Wisconsin.
Usama Ubayyid, San Diego, California, and Banya, Syria.
Peter Simon Molina, Fontana, California.
Christina Monte, Mesa, Arizona.
Logan Morrison, Temecula, California.
Christina Mortensen, Orlando, Florida.
Mark Moza, Visalia, California.
Nina Nakum, Oshkosh, Wisconsin.
Andrew Nelson, Geneva, Illinois.
Annie Nguyen, Chino Hills, California.
Peter Nguyen, Renton, Washington.
Anna Naderi, San Jose, California.
Christina Nielsen, Waukesha, Wisconsin.
Jasmine Okafor, Verona, New Jersey.
Damilola Oladini, Lagos, Nigeria.
Mariah Parker, Redmond, Oregon. Bansuri Patel, Chino Hills, California.
Adriana Panino, Lancaster, Pennsylvania. Nisha Puri, Tucson, Arizona.
Miles Quaife, Redding, California.
Jason Rabahier, San Clemente, California.
Joe Rashid, St. Louis, Missouri.
Rufeda Raja, Los Angeles, California.
Injera Reggie, Indian, Tampa, Florida.
Ricardo Reyes, Tucson, Arizona.
Esteban Rios, Hanford, California.
Hey, I'm Calvin Rodman. I'm from Redmond, Oregon.
Brooke Rose, Park City, Utah.
Husna Sajid, Oak Brook, Illinois.
Brian Salcedo from Hillside, Illinois.
Nora Insaf Sayed, Scottsdale, Arizona.
Kyle Schultz, the Mesa, Arizona.
Alex Singh, Chicago, Illinois.
Sarah Sharif, Las Vegas, Nevada.
Dong Shin, Carrollton, Texas.
Amin Siddiqui, Pomona, California.
Marvin Slack, San Ysidro, California.
Dorothy Tang from Arcadia, California.
William Tong, Rosemy, California.
Lauren Ton, Mesa, Arizona. Catherine Salgado Tobar, Santa Barbara, California.
Janelle Trefskar from Souderton, Pennsylvania.
Ezgi Olger, Naperville, Illinois.
Cole Eunice, Linden, Utah.
Vivian Vo, Antioch, California.
Melanie Wardle, New Jersey.
Gillian Sue, San Jose, California. Siwan Sue, Los Angeles, California.
Yasmin Yadalahi, Irvine, California.
Jason Toyoaki Yamashita, Huntington Beach, California.
Hong-Gi Yoon, Portland, Oregon.
Elodia Zavala, Guanajuato, Mexico, and Tulare, California.
Mallory Zimbauer, Redding, California.
Good morning, class of 2025, family, friends, and proud parents. I'm Dr. Chad Taylor. I'm a graduate of A.T. Still University School of Osteopathic Medicine in Arizona, class of 2013. I have the honor today to assist you in this rite of passage, having you recite the Osteopathic Pledge of Commitment with me. Just as donning the white coat symbolizes your commitment to provide the highest quality of osteopathic medical care with integrity, compassion, and professionalism, reciting the Osteopathic Pledge of Commitment, so begins your personal journey of bringing this symbolic gesture into meaningful action. Class of 2025 and all osteopathic physicians present, please stand and join me in reciting the Osteopathic Pledge of Commitment located on page 7 of your program. As members of the osteopathic medical profession, in an effort to instill loyalty and strengthen the profession, we recall on the tenets on which this profession is founded. Skeletal system and prevent medicine as the key to maintaining health. We recognize the work of our predecessors have accomplished in this building of a profession, and we commit ourselves to continuing that work. I pledge students and faculty, please. Raise your right hands and repeat after me. I pledge to provide compassionate, quality care to my patients. Partner with them to promote health. Display integrity and professionalism throughout my career. Advance the philosophy, practice, and science of osteopathic medicine. To continue lifelong learning. To support my profession with loyalty in action, word, and deed. And live each day as an example of what an osteopathic physician should be. Thank you all. You may be seated. Dr. Sheridan.
Class of 2025, that was awesome. Thank you, Dr. Taylor. Future colleagues, today is a pivotal moment of change in your medical careers. You've accepted the responsibility inherent in wearing the white coat, which marks you as an osteopathic medical student and future physician. And you have sealed this with the Osteopathic Pledge of Commitment, and you did a great job. Class of 2025, as you live by your ideals, and vision, you're going to make a tangible difference in the lives of others and in the communities that you are going to serve. Please join me in a round of applause for the class of 2025. I'd like to thank our faculty and guests today for sharing in this momentous occasion. And as we come to our closing remarks, please join me in a warm welcome to Dr. Craig Phelps, our president of A.T. Still University of Health Sciences. Dr. Phelps.
Wow, it's hard to top that. I think you read the pledge or the pledge to commitment the best I've ever heard. That was pretty amazing. So Dr. Taylor, you did it. Dr. Sheridan, thank you. And SOMA faculty and staff, thank you. You have some of the greatest faculty and staff in the country to help you on your journey. And it doesn't end 42 months from now, right? It continues on throughout your career. These friendships that you're going to make, the associations that you're going to make will be invaluable, not only to support you as a student, as a physician, as a future leader of a family and a community, but you will remember those around you in some ways and interact with them more than you did your undergraduate friends. That's pretty hard to imagine right now. But when I look back, most of the interactions I now have and folks that I get to see on a regular basis and share experiences with are the folks that I went through my years at KCOM together. So this is just a wonderful group to have together, and you're going to do amazing, amazing things. There's so many great things happening in the world and in medicine. What an exciting time to be in school, an exciting time to be heading out, and a few, really just, like I said, 41, 42 months to start the next phase of your education and your residency. Thank you, Lakeisha and Brene. That was amazing. You know, God bless America, right? Not a perfect country by any means, but certainly one of the best places to be where we can gather like this and share and think about our futures and honor our past and just think about all that lies ahead for our wonderful students today. I want to thank the communications and marketing folks and the folks from Student Affairs. They're doing 3 of these today, so this is kind of third time for them, you know, not half time, but a third time. So congratulations and thanks them. But students, your family, and friends, this is a wonderful thing, the white coat. We didn't have that back when I was in school. We had white coats. Okay, don't get me wrong. But we didn't have a white coat ceremony. You kind of said, okay, you're going to head over to the nursing home across the street and do your first patient encounter. You better get one of those coats down at the bookstore and get going. Now there's a lot more thought into it. And actually having it a little bit later than that first week, I think is a little bit better. You know, I noticed in the dental white coat this morning that there was more interaction, there's more feeling, there's kind of a more response, right? There's so much that goes in that first week that this is kind of nice to have a little bit of time to reflect and think about it a little bit differently with our family and friends. The white coat symbolizes a psychological contract with you and your patient. Not just your patient, but also with your community and with society. There's no other professions that allow them to have you work on them as students. So when you think about it, when you're in your second, third, and fourth year, you may be invited in to assist with a procedure on a child. Imagine the mom and dad thinking, wow, third year, fourth year student in here, I'm not really sure, but it's an ATSU student, so I think I'm okay, right? I mean, these are the things that really happen, you know, showing someone how to do a spinal tap, right, on a child. Maybe doing a lesion, a skin lesion on an adult as a student. There's no other profession in society that allows that type of access. And what you'll hear from their patients, some of their innermost secrets and innermost fears. But you'll also have that other side with their innermost joys and thank yous. When things are tough, and they're going to get tough, as a student, this is really hard. I mean, you know, I wish students often come up and say, I'm glad you told me it was really hard. And I go, I'm pretty sure your faculty told you it was pretty hard. But it's a tough year, right? This first year is really, really tough. And then as you gain that foundation, you gain that knowledge, and you work together as teams, the next year it gets a little bit easier. Then in that third and fourth year, you're out there, and that's a little bit more patient interaction, right? And it gets tough again. It gets tough again, and you're working with each other, and you're working with your mentors. but then you kind of move through that third year and then into your fourth year, and you kind of think you know a lot, and then something will come in to challenge you again, and that cycle will repeat, and this will go on and on throughout your career, but maybe those little incidents of insecurity will get a little bit less and less, right? A little bit less and less as time goes on. So work together, enjoy every day, and remember that wearing the white coat, you're a leader. So someday in your office, you'll be head of a team. It'll be a decision that you'll have to make and you'll have to call. And you're building that network now to make those right decisions. And it just takes a leader in the white coat to make that decision. Finding the right resources internally and externally, and taking care of that patient and their family and that community to the next level of health and wellness. You'll be extremely well prepared. So when the white coat's job is done, right, you're going to have this first one. Take it, hang it up in your closet or in your office somewhere, but please wash it or dry clean it first. Because in addition to having a lot of cool pockets, right, you know, it's pretty neat, you got these pockets everywhere, put this in the pocket too. So it reminds you of who your classmates were, your faculty and staff, and why you were here today. And somewhere down the road, kind of maybe when you're having a rough day or you want to have a day where you're thinking about others, pull that coat out, get out the program, and take a look through it and say, gosh, I kind of remember that. That was a fun day. That reminds me of why I got into healthcare. And I've got some other young people that I'm mentoring that are thinking about careers in healthcare, and it should inspire you and kind of re-engage you again. But it's my pleasure. I finally get to meet you as a group, so this is really exciting for me. As we come out of this pandemic, I want to thank everybody for wearing their masks today. We do have some immunocompromised people in the audience and some patients that are going under cancer care in the audience, so we appreciate everybody, you know, doing what we ask you to do every day and up here we do to take care. And so I also want to comment on AT still not believing in vaccines. Now remember, that was well over a century ago, right? And there's a lot of mistakes that Dr. Still and everybody made. But we know that the increase in longevity, increase in health of the last century occurred because of public health, right? Because of how we, you know, move about, how we control our environments, potable water, clean water, and of course, immunizations play an incredible role in the health and safety of our country and of the world. So I just want to make sure that that doesn't end up at YouTube somewhere and I get some emails about Dr. Givitz. But once again, a pleasure. Dr. Sheridan, thank you. Faculty and staff, always wonderful to see you. Students, we'll meet again in about 42 months. Dr. Sheridan, I think, has some instructions for getting out of here. So, Dr. Sheridan, thank you. Thank you.
Thank you, Dr. Phelps. Thank you for coming to celebrate these future physicians. This concludes our program. And guests, we ask that you remain in your seat until the students have completely recessed, and then you can please exit in the back to meet the class of 2025 outside the front doors of the Mesa Convention Center. We wish you all safe travels and a wonderful weekend.